Hello, I'm Washayla Sananda, and today I am joined by Nadi Hana. Welcome, Nadi.
Thank you. It's so lovely to be here. I was Shayla.
Nadi, you are not new to my list and my following. We have done a number of things together. You are on one of my Alchemy of Ascension summits. And from that, we did a couple of courses on Metatron together, which were so much fun. So much fun. I love those. And what we discovered is that my following really likes what you have to share and teach. And so now we're coming back together to share a really amazing course that you have put together. So you're all about sacred geometry. And I love sacred geometry. It's something that sacred geometry speaks without words. And I found, wow, this is really a language. This is really a divine communication, and there's so much more to it than shapes. And so when we got together, we both have this love of sacred geometry, and you go really, really deep, really in depth with your coursework, with your presentations, and you're so good at it. And so for starters, I would love for you to just share why sacred geometry. How did you find it, and why did you choose to go down this path so deep with sacred geometry?
Yeah, that's so great. That is such a great question. So I had been living a sort of understandable life. I was a psychotherapist and understood the mechanics of the 3D world. And it began to feel limited, right? And I knew there was more. And so I took a leap of faith into the unknown and the uncertainty of the unknown to find out what was true for me, what was aligned with my full potential. And I found sacred geometry right away. And it really gave me a structure for for the transition, for my potential. And I've been passionate about the support that it offers for transformation for over a decade now. Because the harmonics, the symmetry, they provide this beautiful anchor for us to explore our multidimensionality. The geometry is a finite structure to explore our infinite potential, right? So
Mm.
I love it for the beauty. I love it for the transformational potential. I kind of combine my psychotherapy background with the I want to say pizzazz of the geometry, but that can't be right. Um, with the beauty of the geometry, and so classes and group experiences end up being really powerful for people. And I love doing it. I put together this 10-week course because it's so exciting to be with people in their awakening.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. You said something like the finite, it's the finite structure that allows us to explore our infinite capacity or possibilities. That is it, right? There's so much more communicated and expressed through the geometries that we can't even really put into words. And I know in some of our classes that we did, those Metatron courses that were so deep and so extensive, people were having experiences. One woman had a healing, like sort of a spontaneous healing of back pain, and other people were just feeling their intuitive capacities opening, and things were happening because there is this beyond physical thing, this spiritual experience. So I wanted to hear from you about this wonderful course that you've created. Can you share sort of the structure of it? What is it all about? Obviously, sacred geometry, but what, even deeper than that, what will people experience in your course?
Well, hopefully, a real opening in their perceptions, right, about themselves, about the world, because there isn't anything that doesn't have geometry. And it's the thing that connects us all, right? And so when you start to understand that there's a geometric pattern, it can really dissolve the illusion of separation, and it can change your worldview to one of interconnectedness, right? And it's really powerful because it's sacred because it's us, and it's sacred because it's everything, and so it allows for deeper connection, and drawing it really aligns people with their higher potential, right? Like when you're drawing it, you're really entraining your system to the harmonics, and you're creating a sense of alignment that really opens you to your guidance, your higher potential. And so drawing the geometries opens you to your own guidance and really supports your evolution. So I've had, over the years, I've had amazing, like you were talking about with Metatrons, like I've had people that came in with a traumatic brain injury, like repair some of the neural pathways. It's been really powerful. I had one woman who had an opportunity to start opening the channels and speaking to her deceased husband through the vector equilibrium and the point of singularity that we drew and explored. So the thing I love is that it's expanded. I started with an 8-week course. I started smaller, but I had an 8-week, and then I developed as well. And so, like, for example, the phi ratio, right? Fibonacci sequence, the phi ratio. I am in love with this geometry, right? And I kind of took it for granted for a while because it's such a fundamental shape. But that's actually where the finite structure for infinity came from, because it's a fractalizing self-repeating pattern that goes on infinitely. And we have not been encouraged to explore our infinite nature. And I'm just all about infinity lately. So that built the class from 8 weeks to 10 weeks because I just started, wanting to share so much more information. So that's that's a tiny nutshell about my excitement. But in the 10 weeks, we start off with learning about the seed of life and the basic structures and, what makes it sacred. And we draw 12-fold geometries. It's the kind of thing, it's so user friendly. People come on and they're like, oh, I don't know how to use a compass. And within moments, it becomes familiar. And I'm really about creating a safe and supportive, class. And so the ability to drop in and understand the interconnectivity of ourselves and humanity's evolution. And, it just gets deeper and deeper as we go into the class. And, Metatron's cube is the next class. And then we learn about the platonic solids and the dodecahedron and all of the magic and mystery of the polygons. And we look at a tesseract and the geometry of time travel. And we go into so many fun things. There's the 64-star tetrahedron, which is the fundamental structure of space-time. So I love what I get to do. And the groups just get like infinitely more powerful. Like the people that are drawn to sacred geometry are just amazing. And so I'm so excited to offer this course with, on your platform. And thank you for opening up the doors of development and expansion here. So that's it.
Yeah, I love that. You just kind of quickly said at the end there, and we explore the fundamental structure of space-time. like that's just a little add-on at the end or something. It's so good. And it's, it's so profound, really. And yes, I've witnessed that the people that show up for these types of courses are always really wonderful, beautiful people with so much depth. And the classes also have an opportunity to get connected with each other, which is so beautiful. And I imagine because this is a 10-week course, 10 classes, 10 weeks, 2 hours per class, people really are going to have that opportunity to, of course, get connected with you. And I've seen you in class. You give everybody time and attention. Everybody gets, nobody gets left behind. Everybody gets the assistance that they need. And sometimes, different people are going to have take a little longer for various things, and you always allow for that and let people take as much time as they need. And I appreciate that so much, but also just this beautiful connection of the gorgeous people that show up and get to connect with each other too is really special.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's part of what I meant by using my history as a psychotherapist, is that the geometry is so neutral. It's like art therapy in a way, because our process is so evident, right? And our inner process, our inner critic, our creative side, it's really designed to be nurturing and supportive of process. And so it's revealed, it comes out. And so creating, like I said, creating safe space matters so much in the journey of healing. And so so many meta messages in how we draw or what comes up. And I really love to support. It makes it such a rich combination to love ourselves through the process, of exploration. So yeah, I believe in that strongly.
The value of this course is really huge, and what you get out of it is so much more than a monetary value, because you get this, it's just so much depth and richness, and it enriches you in so many ways spiritually and expands your mind. And then you also have this knowledge of now drawing and understanding the geometries in a greater way. I'm always amazed at your pricing, Nadi. I think you're very generous, and the price for all 10 of these sessions, 2-hour sessions, is $444, which is an amazing, amazing value for that price. And not only that, you have also made it an option to split it into two for somebody that's either not ready to invest that much or not sure they want to do all of them. You can also buy the first 5 for $222 and then choose to add on the second 5 or not at a later date. Is that correct? Yeah. And so that's not all. You're also offering a discount when someone does go ahead and purchase all 10 at once. You're going to drop that $444 down to $399, which is amazing. And I'll let you share anything else I might have missed about the pricing.
Yeah, we do have an early bird as well that's going to stay in place until a week before the classes, and that's 10% off of each class. The 10% off makes the class ends up being $350, so it's a little bit more than the flash 72, but it's also a little bit less than the full price. So thank you so much for hosting, and not just this course, but everything that you do with Shayla to help everyone in their transformation and humanity. Like, we got to get it together here. So that's part of it too, is it's time, right? Like, we need to be tapping into all that we are. The geometry can help us. There's so many tools, and you share so many tools. So I'm happy to be here. I look forward to the class and whoever hears the call.
Yeah. And now is the time, 100%. This is the best time to expand yourself. And this is a really fun, exciting, beautiful way, an artistic and creative way to do just that. And I appreciate you so much, Nadi. Thank you for your generosity. I will list all of those links where you can register and sign up, and the coupon codes for the flash sale, for the 10% off, and then for the courses will all be in the show notes or in the email that you got accompanying this. If you got it on email, go ahead and register right away so you get in on those deals. And again, thank you. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day or evening. Namaste.